If you love the NFL Draft, then I want you to take a second and subscribe to our NFL Draft YouTube channel. The link's going to be down in the comments and in the description. We are 250 away from 3,000. Chat Sports is a family, and all I ask you to do is come join the fam. What's going on? You're watching NFL Daily. Mitchell Renz, Chat Sports, NFL free agency predictions. I love making these videos because it's fun to try to look into that crystal ball. It's fun to look at some of the top destinations for some of these players. And after 1 week of free agency, there is a lot of questions around where some of these big name players are ultimately going to end up signing that dotted line. So the three players that I'm going to be looking at today: big name running back Ezekiel Elliott. I can still remember the day when he was drafted back in 2014. I was living in Germany, so for that reason, Zeke, it's going to be weird seeing him in a different jersey. Odell Beckham, maybe you've heard of him before. He had a tryout last week. Over 12 teams seem to be there. How much money does he want? And then Dalton Schultz, arguably the top tight end, still left on the board. So the way that this show is going to run is, first I'm going to start with Zeke. I'll go to OBJ, and then I'm going to go to Schultz. I'm going to give you the news, the rumors around all of those players. I'm going to give you the top destinations, and then I'm going to tell you where I believe they end up signing. Let's first go here with Ezekiel Elliott, who was released by the Dallas Cowboys last weekend. Ultimately, when they franchise tagged Tony Pollard, I didn't know exactly how they would go about this move, but unfortunately for Zeke, he has been one of the best running backs in the NFL, and that is probably what's led to his career low, 3.8 yards per carry. The wear and tear on those tires, it's getting worn out. And if you watched Cowboys games last season, Tony Pollard was unbelievable. And then you put Zeke in, and it looked like he was running in sand. It was just a totally different thing. I do think Dallas is doing the right thing. But now what's left for Zeke? He's getting up there in age. Yes, he still had a high number of touchdowns, 12. But I also think that that's large in part because the Dallas Cowboys offense is still one of the better offenses in the National Football League. He's a durable running back. I'll give you that. I feel like time and time again, we sit here and we talk about certain players. All right, when's the fall off going to be? When's the cliff going to happen? When is this guy just going to totally go? He can still be a good, reliable RB2 in the NFL. So in terms of some of the top Zeke positions or destinations out there, also on our YouTube channel where you're watching this bad boy, they also did a video about some top Zeke destinations. Some of the teams on there: the Bills, the Bengals, the Bears, Chargers, Buccaneers. If you believe that you need a solid RB2, Zeke is an interesting name to keep in mind. So now's your time to chime in. Maybe this is the first time you've ever joined a Chat Sports show. If it is, what's up? Appreciate it. We are an interactive YouTube channel, so I want you to take a second, go down in the comments. You're going to get hit with a YouTube ad break. While that ad break is playing, I want you to scroll on down and take a guess where Zeke's going to be playing in 2023. My prediction for Zeke this upcoming season is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the Bucs have been one of the teams that have shown interest in Zeke this offseason. So to me, I have not really seen another report come out that says, yeah, Zeke's on our radar. Rachaad White's coming off a pretty solid season in terms of what Leonard Fournette did. Then you got Chase Edmonds. Those are your top two backs. Tampa Bay also averaged 76.9 rushing yards per game last season, which was dead last in the National Football League. I believe with Baker Mayfield, you're going to still need to be able to have a balanced offense. And with the NFC South, there's a lot of question marks around that. So you add a guy in Zeke who played in 15 games last season and even had a little bit of a knee injury. He's been a tough dude. 2021, over 1,000 yards. But if I'm the Bucs, I'm looking at the touchdown production. I don't know if I trust Rachaad White. I don't know if I trust Chase Edmonds around the goal line. If there is one thing that I do still know Zeke can do, it's run near the goal line. So if you're a team like Tampa, you're trying to save a little bit of money, you're in this weird rebuild phase, I do think Zeke to Tampa Bay does make some sense. Now, if you guys love the NFL, I want you to subscribe for the nonstop coverage all season long. I mean, I'm really proud of everything that we've been able to build here on these channels. So if you want more, let's just say, interviews, let's say you want more destination videos, we got you covered here at Chat Sports. Let's go to the next name on the list. It's Odell Beckham Jr. OBJ has disputed the report that apparently he's looking for $15 to $20 million, and I'll tell you this, if that's what he's looking for, He ain't going to get it. He's going to be lucky, I believe, to get 10 mil. Though, there's going to be an NFL team out there that probably looks at OBJ more as an investment. And they're like, wow, we're going to sell jerseys. We're going to sell tickets. We can maybe make our money back that way. But coming off 2 ACLs, do you know you're going to get your money back on the field? Beckham also held that workout last week, and there's always going to be tons and tons of teams around Beckham because whether you're going to like this guy or not, does he bring some drama here and there? Yeah. But if you watched him during the playoffs of the Rams, it's a shame that back in 2022 at this point, when the Rams won the Super Bowl, he went down. Because that guy was on a freaking tear. You can make the argument he's the best receiver that they freaking had. That might be a stretch with Cooper Kupp. But nonetheless, man, he was playing pretty freaking well. I believe it was like 21 catches, 326 yards, 4 touchdowns in that playoff run. OBJ does potentially still have a little bit left. So who are the top destinations? I didn't put all the 12 teams on here. I put the teams that I just thought were the top 5 teams. Does he go to the New York Jets? What about the Buffalo Bills? The Los Angeles Rams are a team to keep in mind. The Giants. He was just talking to Saquon the other day on social media. And then there's the Kansas City Chiefs. To me, all of these teams up there would have to pay OBJ a hefty price. If he wants to take a team discount and go chase a Super Bowl ring, which is what he tried to do going to L.A., would he be willing to do it with Kansas City now that they moved on from Juju Smith-Schuster? So if you haven't gotten the theme of this show, I'm going to ask you where you believe these players are ultimately going to end up suiting up this season. I asked you, Zeke, now's your time to chime in with OBJ. Where is he going to be playing football in 2023? Now, if you didn't take the advantage of early on in the show, like, all right, Mitch, why should I subscribe to your NFL Draft channel? I'm glad you asked. We're going to give you combine interviews. You want more mock drafts? We got it over there. You're looking for the latest news, rumors. Maybe you're looking for the latest on Jalen Carter, who could have been potentially a first overall pick. He might fall out of the top 10 now. Player rankings and a whole lot more. So if you're a die-hard NFL Draft junkie, there's the link. It's the last time I'm going to tell you to check it out on today's show. So where's OBJ going to be playing football? I got him going to the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers wants OBJ. He has made that pretty clear. And to me, the team that's going to be willing to offer OBJ the most money is the team that has, well, the most to lose. And if the Jets have already kind of put their feet in for Rodgers, and if Rodgers looks at the Jets and say, you got to get me OBJ, then I think the New York Jets are just going to be the team that's crazy enough to do it and pay him what he wants to make Aaron Rodgers happy, because you can't bring in Aaron Rodgers and not make him happy. So there's going to be a situation there. I know that he wants the New York spotlight. That's what he's always been about. It's also going to help build his brand. The Jets were in attendance at his workout. So for that reason, OBJ, he's going to New York, well, kind of East Rutherford, and not to the team he was with, but this time to the green team, the Jets. Let's go to another player who used to be a Dallas Cowboy. It's Dalton Schultz. He was franchise tagged last year, and he is the top free agent at the tight end position that is still available. I'm not sure exactly how much money he's looking for, because the market is starting to get a little bit lower and lower and lower. He is about to be 27 years old, coming off 3 straight seasons with at least 577 yards. However, though, I actually expected more out of Schultz this season. When the Dallas Cowboys traded away Amari Cooper, to me, this really signaled, obviously, CeeDee Lamb, it's your time to shine. And Michael Gallup, to me, took a little bit of a step back. I was hoping that Dalton Schultz would be able to continue to improve off the year that he had before in 2021, which was arguably the best season he has ever had. However, though, that did not happen. So in terms of what teams could potentially be looking at him, I would be surprised if he went back to Dallas, though at the same time, you never know what they're going to do. They've been kind of actually aggressive. That Brandon Cooks trade came out of nowhere. The Green Bay Packers, they definitely need a tight end. You got the Bengals, the Houston Texans, the Lions. The Texans and Lions, they seem like they've been pretty aggressive as well this offseason. So Schultz, where's he going to be lacing up the cleats? Where are the shoulder pads going on? Where is he going to be calling home this upcoming season? Let me know, because this is your final prediction here on today's show. I got Dalton Schultz going to the Cincinnati Bengals. Right now, Cincy's top tight end is Devin Asai. And Honestly, that sounds like something my girlfriend orders for brunch. I don't have a lot of faith in Devin. He's definitely a downgrade compared to Dalton Schultz. Hayden Hurst, he signed with the Carolina Panthers. He was their top guy the season before. And when I look at this offense clicking, you're going to look at Jamar Chase. You're going to look at a lot of the top receivers with Burrow. But Burrow has also had a tight end that's had over 450 yards for 2 straight seasons. Schultz can be that missing piece. And when you look at the numbers from 2021, that's the guy you're hoping you get. Because for the Bengals, if you want to take over the AFC, which is realistically just super loaded between the Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills. Now, if Rodgers coming over to the AFC, you got to have firepower if you're trying to win football games. And why not? If you still have the ability, you just save some money moving off one of your tackles. Yeah, you got Orlando Brown. Dalton Schultz, though, I do think would really help this offense put it all together. So my final free agency predictions, Zeke, he's going to Tampa Bay. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be the new receiver there for the New York Jets. And then Dalton Schultz is heading on down to, I guess not down, he's heading up to Cincinnati.